What is this roaring, bounding ball that freezes people in their tracks as it emerges from under an arch like a birthing child? We have seen it function as the ever-ready retriever and enforcer for number 2, forcing escapees back to village captivity. But that tells us what it does, not what it is. Is it a living creature or an inanimate machine? Is its shape symbolic of the ovum out of which all of us develop? Does its enormous size represent the ocean out of which all life arose further back? And is its angry growl while pursuing a runaway symbolic of the bad, punishing mother who resents desertion by her child? I've heard all these ideas and more advanced to explain the central and most intriguing of symbols of the village's tyranny. And since everyone gives symbolic meaning to objects all the time, Rover may indeed have all these meanings to various viewers. But there is danger in assuming that what we perceive as a meaning must have been intended by the author. As Sigmund Freud, the creator of psychoanalytic symbol interpretation, himself observed dryly, there are times when a cigar is just a cigar. Let us leave aside our profound speculations for a moment and consult the creator himself, Patrick McGowan. In a discussion of The Prisoner, he told the television audience, quote, "The balloon thing, which has been made a great deal of, we had this marvelous piece of machinery which was going to be Rover. This thing was like a hovercraft, and it would go underwater, come up on the beach, climb walls. It could do anything. This was our original Rover. By the first day of shooting, the scientific geniuses hadn't quite completed it to perfection. Rover was supposed to go down off the beach into the water and come back up, but it went down into the water and stayed down permanently. And then we had to shoot Rover in every scene that day, and no Rover. So we're standing there. My production manager, Bernard Williams, a wonderful fellow, says, 'What are we going to do?' And he looked up, and there was this balloon in the sky, and he says, 'What's that?' I said, 'I don't know. What is it?' And he said, 'I think that's a meteorological balloon.' And he looked at me. I said, 'How many can you get within 2 hours, see?' So he says, 'I'll see.' So he went off and called the meteorological station nearby, and he came back with 100 of them, all sizes. And that's how Rover came to be." Unquote. Arthur Koestler has defined creativity as the capacity to combine familiar elements into new solutions to old problems. A perfect description of the almost accidental origin of Rover and of the prisoner's psychological method for selecting his team of escapers, as well as the Rook's scientific method of building a radio transmitter. That the methods were unsuccessful does not mean that they were uncreative. As we can confirm everywhere in the real world, there is no constant relationship between creativity and success or failure. We see depicted one cause for falling in love, post-hypnotic suggestion, a method that in reality, of course, is not generally effective. But in the drama, it is so effective that it motivates the queen to betray number 2 by turning over to the man he has ordered her to love and spy upon the locket which would otherwise betray her beloved. What symbolic meanings might be woven of the transformation of this gadget from a device of love perverted into one of freedom regained? On the surface, it would seem that people in the free outside world would be the ones most willing to finance investigation of such questions as why some people grow up to resist tyranny or why people fall in love. But from what we've seen, the village's authorities might be more interested than ours in doing so. In the end, the prisoner is defeated by his own confident, authoritative demeanor and suspicions it creates that he is not really a prisoner, but one of them. He is suspected and double-crossed by the man he trusted most. So we see again that appearances are deceiving, especially when one is trying to unravel the uncertainties of who causes what to happen to whom. But the fault is not with our stars of creativity or science, but with ourselves in our application of them. Be seeing you.